What is up, and welcome to SGPN's A Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Tuesday, October 29th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Again, that's DailyDog, DAILYDOG at Underdog Fantasy or the Underdog Fantasy app. And that's one word on there to get your 50% deposit match bonus, which is the best deposit bonus I've seen for Underdog on any show. 50%. You put $1,000 on, you get $500 for free. If you put $50 on there, you get $25 for free. You get it. It's not that hard math. 50% deposit bonus and no tricks or gimmicks. One-time playthrough. You don't have to leave your money on there for a year before you can get it out. Just put it on there, get that deposit bonus, win, and move on with your life. Speaking of winning, man, we were so close to winning 2 slips yesterday. It was kind of very, very annoying because I thought we were in a great spot to get some stuff done financially. The big one was in Monday Night Football. We had George Pickens higher than 4.5 receiving yard or receptions. He ended up with 4, but if you watch that game, you know that he had a touchdown catch that was called back due to a penalty on an offensive lineman, and he had another touchdown catch that his foot somehow hovered about an inch to a centimeter off the ground and never touched, so only had 1 foot down. That one didn't count either. And then that affected our Russell Wilson higher than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Neighbors got there with his receiving yards, so that one was no problem. But man, that slip lost. Hopefully you were able to cherry pick the Neighbors receiving yards off of that slip. MLB, some weird stuff happened in MLB. Dodgers are rolling through that series, so it's making things a little bit unique. Man, the 82er special, the NBA NHL crossover one, Klay Thompson called it. He's still shooting a ton of threes, still getting a lot of points. Alperen Sengun, higher than half a three-point made. Also was a good straight bet for me in real life. Connor Bedard doesn't get a point while the Blackhawks get 5 goals on the road in Colorado. That one crushed us. That was a 7.33x massive slip that was so close. But man, Bedard, grow up and make a freaking play and get on the stat sheet. Jesus, man. We were first overall pick. Your team's going to score 5 goals in a road spot against Colorado Avalanche, and you're not even there getting it done. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you played fine and everything else was good. But man, get some stats when we need you for our slips. But speaking of slips, we got 4 slips today. A lot to get to, so I'll try to get going quickly. As always, I start putting in my slips for Thursday on Tuesday. We're going to start with Davante Adams to have higher than half a touchdown in this game. Davante Adams hasn't scored a touchdown as a Jet yet. That is kind of crazy to me. I think they want him to score a touchdown as a Jet, and obviously they want him to score. It's not a think. I know they want him to score a touchdown as a Jet. And that the fact that this hasn't happened yet is kind of crazy to me. Like they would, bend over backwards to bring him in season, and he still doesn't have a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his boy, definitely wants to feed him the ball. So they're going to be looking at him here. And actually, I hate to say this, the Jets stink, but they have a good shot to win this game. On that note, though, Aaron Rodgers higher than 235.5 passing yards. 3 or 4 home games this year, he's gone over this number. I think that they're going to pass through the air. I know that the defense for the Texans is very good, but I think that there's just going to be enough pressure on this Jets team for them maybe, at least offensively, the Aaron Rodgers-led unit to at least click for a full game here. The defense is mutinying. They don't care. They threw that game, I swear, against the against the Patriots. The defense just could not get a stop against Jacoby Brissett coming in off the bench. Crazy stuff there. And then we're going to take Joe Mixon to get a touchdown. Did you see that touchdown he had on Sunday against the Colts? This dude can sniff that goal line and find a way to get there no matter what. He's the best player on the offense right now. I mean, C.J. Stroud's not playing great. Nico Collins obviously out. Banged up Stephon Diggs. It's the Joe Mixon show right now. Stroud is obviously good, but he's not having a good year. I don't know if you've looked at his box scores or watched his games. He's had some clutch plays late in games, but just the body of work isn't there for the most part. So this is my first Thursday Night Football slip. It's a big multiplier, big juicer because of the Davante Adams touchdown, but we're taking Davante Adams to have a higher than half a touchdown, Joe Mixon to have higher than half a touchdown, and Aaron Rodgers higher than 235.5 passing yards in this one, 8.04x. Lock that one in early. We're going to get CLV on that one for sure. All right, we're going to get to the World Series. We're going to do a World Series slip here, and I'm keeping it simple at this one. I'm just basically going to be sticking to the dudes who are hot right now. So we've got guys that are just kind of on fire. I don't know why you would not play anyone else, to be honest. I've been getting kind of cute here and there, but Really, I'm just going to keep it simple here in this potentially World Series winning game. Freddie Freeman, higher than 1.5 total bases. He's trying to set a record for most consecutive home runs in a World Series game. The dude is a beast right now. He's the MVP of this series, no questions asked. I mean, he hit a home run in the top of the first last night against the Yankees. He hit home runs at Dodger Stadium. He had that grand slam in Game 1, setting the tone there. Freddie Freeman is a Hall of Famer. He cannot be denied. So Freddie Freeman, higher than half a total base. Speaking of guys who cannot be denied, Kike Hernandez, higher than half a total base against the Yankees here. Kike Hernandez, again, another guy who's just like Mr. October, couldn't buy a hit to save his life during the regular season. Now that it's the postseason, he's like, oh yeah, all I do is get hits. I'm trying to get the postseason batting title, baby. So Kike Hernandez, good stuff from him. And again, I think it's going to keep up. So higher than half a hit for him, or higher half a total base, or hit, however you want to play. It's the same multiplier. It doesn't really matter. Then we're going to go to Giancarlo Stanton, higher than 1.5 total bases. This Yankees offense has been putrid. You know who's not been putrid? Giancarlo Stanton. Him and Soto are basically the entire team right now for the Yankees. I think Stanton definitely has the power to get that home run against who knows who's coming out of the Dodgers pen on this game. I don't know if they're necessarily going to have their best and brightest arms available in this one. Maybe in a clinch scenario they go balls to the walls, but we'll see on that one. And then also we have, Giancarlo Stanton has double potential, not because he's fast. Obviously, he's not a good runner. If you watch that game, you could see that he definitely has some issues in the running department. But he can find the deepest parts of the field with his bat. Get the ball to the deepest part of the field and find his way to second base, or he get multiple hits. He's had multiple hit games in this postseason. So give me the heat check slip here with the MLB. Freddie Freeman, higher than 1.5 total bases. Kike Hernandez, higher than half a total base, and Giancarlo Stanton, higher than 1.5 total bases. 6.78x juicer. All right, college football slip on this fine Tuesday. Jordan McCloud, my dude from Texas State. I actually think Texas State's in trouble in this game against Louisiana Lafayette, but McCloud, higher than 254.5 passing yards. He has gone over this in 3 to 4 home games this year. I usually like to play his passing touchdowns. He's getting 2 passing touchdowns basically anytime he straps them up in a college football game. That said, it's higher than 1.5 every time he suits it up in a college football game. That said, his number's at 2.5 here. I don't know if it's going to be that easy against this Louisiana team. Maybe it is, but I like the yards here. I think that this is a back-and-forth game at the very least. There's going to be plenty of yards for the taking there. So give me Jordan McCloud higher than 254.5 passing yards. Then we're going to go to the Louisiana Tech side. We're going to go True Edwards, higher than 66.5 receiving yards, not rushing, receiving yards. He's wide receiver 1 for Louisiana Tech. He has, some hit or miss games, right? There's a game that he'll go from a game where he hits 39 yards to a game where he has 140 yards. This one feels like it's going to be a 140-yard type performance for me. So 66.5 is way too low, and this is a game that you could definitely see at the end of the day. And it's like, holy crap, how was his number 66.5? He's deep into the 120s. In Louisiana Tech against Sam Houston, I think that they're going to be playing from behind against Sam Houston in this game. That also helps True Edwards. Again, he is the true wide receiver 1 for this Louisiana Tech team. Not necessarily a great passing attack, but he's not a bad player. So give me True Edwards higher than 66.5 receiving yards. Last one, DJ McKinney on the other side of the game here. Sam Houston State running back higher than half of rushing plus receiving touchdown. He's passed up Ducker as like the running back, lead back in this offense. I don't think Underdog knows that. I don't think anyone knows that. He's getting more carries. He's getting more red zone looks. He's the dude. So give me him to close off this college football slip. Jordan McCloud higher than 254.5 rushing yards. True Edwards higher than 66.5 receiving yards. And sorry, that was McCloud passing yards, not rushing yards. DJ McKinney higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. 6.9x. Last one, 82er special. Got to get out of here quick. But Jokic, lower than 49.5 points, rebounds, and assists against the terrible Brooklyn Nets. It is a back-to-back game. They just went to overtime. I don't think they're going to be giving Jokic a million minutes in this game. Why would they? This could be a sleepy spot, or it could be a blowout spot. There's a lot of ways for him to stay lower in this one. Next, we're going to a hockey game that I love. I think that the Kings are in a good spot to destroy the Sharks today. So I'm taking Adrian Kempe higher than half of a point and Anze Kopitar higher than 0.5 assists. This is a 4.4x multiplier. Again, The Sharks also played in an overtime game last night. They ended up scoring 3 goals in 5 minutes to get to overtime in that game. Then they won it. Now they're traveling back home to San Jose. The Kings are coming off of rest. So, yeah, give me the Kings dudes in this spot. All right, 4 slips for you today. Let's make some money.